The attachments that I have on this MP40 class right now make it the most overpowered SMG in Call of Duty Vanguard. Now, not only am I going to explain every single attachment, I'm also going to tell you what perks and what lethals you need to run to make it an even more overpowered class setup. Let's start off with the muzzle, okay? We're running the Mercury Silencer simply because it's going to give us +1 sound suppression, +1 recoil control, but we do lose 1 damage range. The damage range isn't a big thing because I'm going to get it back later. You can see that when you look at the firepower, and it's literally in a surplus. Same with accuracy, same with ammo. The only thing that's not in a surplus is the speed, but that's okay because I tried to get it as close to default as I possibly could. And as a return, the gun has way less recoil, way better hipfire accuracy, and it does way more damage. This actually takes the gun from being an 11 shot kill down to a 7 shot kill, and an 8 if you're at a bit of a distance. So let me just explain what else I have on this gun. We're running the Krosnik 221mm 01B. This is probably the most overpowered and important attachment on this whole class, and that gives us aim down sight speed, hip fire accuracy, aim walk movement speed, sprint to fire speed. The cons are pretty heavy though. You do lose bullet velocity, which is very important. This is the most important stat that you have to keep an eye on in Call of Duty Vanguard and in Warzone. On top of that, we lose recoil control and accuracy and damage range. That's why we have all these reds here. But like I said, we're still in the surplus because of other attachments that I put on this weapon. Now, let me just talk about this Mark 6 skeletal, right? This gives us 1 aim down sight speed. This is literally here just to take up a slot. There's other things like a hip fire accuracy, aim walk, movement speed, and if you want to put them on, go for it. The only reason I'm running these ones is because it has no cons. Like here, we've got hip fire accuracy, light visible to enemies, recoil control, and I don't want any cons on the weapon, especially when it comes to speed, and most of the underbarrels have to do with speed, and they negatively affect speed, so I've literally just put this on it to take up the slot and get us towards a more positive speed. Now, the magazine is very important, okay? 8mm Kurtz 32 round mags. This is where we get a lot of that damage and bullet velocity that we lost earlier back. So we have +2 bullet velocity and range, +1 bullet penetration. This is important. This is how much damage your bullets do after they go through surfaces like walls and armor and other stuff like that. And then just +1 damage in general. Now the negatives on this are pretty harsh, okay? We're losing 5 recoil control and accuracy. We're losing 2 fire rate, 1 movement speed, and 1 aim down sight speed. Now overall, the gun, like I said, isn't the fastest, but when you look at that firepower and you look at our ammo go up and our accuracy is still chilling, our accuracy is actually insane. The recoil reduction on this weapon ended up being somewhere between the 50 and 60% less recoil. That's a big W for most people. That's why a lot of pros are running similar attachments. When it comes to your ammo type, definitely run the subsonic because now we're no mini-map pings and we're firing visibility to enemies. Basically means they can't see the trail of your bullets. They can't see the wind. They can't see the direction. It's very overpowered. And we're obviously going to lose 1 bullet velocity, but we're not complaining about that after the ammo we just put in the gun. Now, when we look at the rear grip, we're going to be running that polymer grip to get +2 flinch resistance and +1 accuracy and recoil during sustained fire. I'm not too sure what that one means, but I do know what the flinch resistant means. It just means when we're being shot at, the gun doesn't jump all over the place. It doesn't get added recoil because we're getting shot. So that's why our accuracy goes through the roof with this attachment. Very overpowered, especially as an SMG. You want stuff like that where you're not going to get a lot of flinch because, you're going to be in a lot of combat fights where you are taking damage in 50-50 fights. Now, when it gets to the scope, there's 2 that I like to run. The slate reflector is what most people are going to run, but if you have it leveled up to this level, definitely go and stick on this Mark III reflector. This thing is literally like an iron sight out of Advanced Warfare with a little dot on it. It's so clean and it's so easy to hit way more shots. Definitely give it a run or give it a try if you have it. When it comes to your stock though, you're going to run the VOD 35mm wire grip. This is where we get a lot of stats back. We're getting +4 aiming stability, +3 recoil control that we previously lost. If you remember, the ammo that we put in gave us -2 recoil control and accuracy, and we actually get +3 accuracy back. And then we get another 2 flinch resistance, and we do lose a lot of speed with this attachment. You can see this is why we lose our speed that we currently had in the positive, and that's because it's got -3 movement speed, -2 aim down sight speed. Now look, I'm okay with losing a bit of speed when the gun has 50% less recoil and it literally kills people in less than, I think, 8 shots, which is just so broken. Now, these 2 perks down here is what I'm running to make it a bit faster. So, obviously, we lost our speed, but look what I'm after doing. I'm after putting on unmarked, meaning we get +1 silent footsteps after kills. This is really good. There's other ones you can try if you don't specifically like that. Like if you want to put on +2 recoil control and lose 2 flinch resistance, you can, but trust me, unmarked is pretty nasty, okay? Then we're going to run with the quick kit. This means we get +1 sprint speed. Like we said, we lost a lot of movement speed, so we want to feel a bit more agile. So why not slap on +1 sprint speed, making it a lot better for you. Now, that's the whole gun. If you want to take a screenshot of that, go ahead and do it. If you want to just pause the video, go ahead and do it. But I'm going to show you the perks right now. So your secondary is up to you. Your perks, these are the ones I'm running, okay? I'm running Ghost, you know, undetectable by spy planes. So like you can't be seen on the map by UAVs, anything like that. I'm running High Alert. I recommend you to run Radar if you want, or High Alert. These two are probably the most overpowered. High Alert means like you can see your screen will flash a color when somebody else is looking at you. I'm pretty sure you all know what that means. And as an SMG player, I feel like that's very important. You're going to be running and gunning the whole map. And if somebody's lining you up, you want to get into cover as quickly as possible. So High Alert definitely is overpowered for that. And, you know, most of the time, if you're flying out, you won't need this because you're going to have a radar. You're going to get a UAV. So it's not really that important. Scavenger, I'm running just because I'm running around, I'm getting kills. I want to, you know, constantly have as much ammo as I possibly can, because it's not worth swapping to your opponent's weapon, you know, killing them and picking it up off the ground, because it's not going to be anywhere near as overpowered as this absolute monstrosity that we're after making. And like I said, if you want to stay around, make sure you subscribe right now, and there's a video on screen like another class setup, and it will help you. This is probably the most overpowered gun that's on screen right now, so I definitely recommend going and watch that video. Like I said, I'll see you in another one.